Number 2, permission to submit the annual financial report, AFR, to the State of Louisiana Department of Education for the year ending June 30th, 2025. Number 3, proclamations, A, National Hispanic Heritage Month. Number 4, request for disposal and weeding of library materials for the 2025-2026 school year. That ends the consent.
Thank you. Any board members want to remove any from the consent agenda? All right, hearing none, can I get a motion to approve? Dr. Wilson makes a motion, Ms. Brent seconds it. Any discussions or questions? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Under business affairs, number 1, receive update regarding 2026 commercial group health plan renewal and take appropriate action. Mr. Perez.
Good evening. Well, tonight I'm going to present to you your group health plan renewal. We did receive yesterday. Well, first of all, let me go over the monthly update. In your packet, you should have the regular monthly update on claims paid in, premiums paid in, claims paid out. And as you'll see, fortunately for August, we did have a very favorable month, and that gives us a year-to-date simple loss ratio of 85.2%. Once you adjust that for expenses, it's under 94%, which is good. However, the renewal indication we received from Blue Cross is 5% increase effective January 1, 2026. That amounts to about $662,000 in increased premiums. Much of it is driven by prescription drug claim trend. What they're projecting as far as increased prescription drug costs for future months, and it averages about a 12% trend per year. And on the medical side, it's just under 10%. So that combined is mostly driving what we're seeing here at the 5%. I disagreed with the actuarial computation. Two major areas. One is the premium funding amount that they use, the current premium funding. I felt like they underestimated that by about $250,000. That figure is utilized in calculating the actual percentage. So I have appealed to underwriting for them to reconsider that amount. It may sound like a small thing, but it has a big impact on the final determination of the percentage. The other item is on the prescription drug spend, the future estimated prescription drug claims for 2026. They did not give us a credit for the exclusion of Humira. So effective January 1, Humira will no longer be covered by fully insured plans with Blue Cross. And for us, that represents about $140,000 of spend that we incur this year that we won't incur next year. So on the basis of those two items, I appealed to underwriting for a concession. So what I'm hoping is that we'll see about an adjustment to around 2.2%. I submitted that immediately upon receiving the renewal indication, and I will keep administration updated on underwriting's response. I should receive that before the October 9th board meeting, which is when I will be in a position to make my recommendation to the board. It is not unusual. In fact, it is usual for the board to take action during the month of October. Last year, the board decided on the renewal in October. The year before, it wasn't until November. The only time that it's ever happened where the board has made a decision during the September board meeting was when the renewal was 0% increase. So, I'm going to recommend to the board that we defer any decision until the October 9th board meeting when we have a response from underwriting on the appeal. In the meantime, if the board has an appetite for it, I offer the opportunity to hear more about the self-funded proposal, because understand we're still fully insured, and I do have a self-funded proposal. Perhaps the appropriate venue would be at an insurance committee meeting. I have the proposal prepared, and I have information prepared to present to the board, further explaining and comparing self-funding to fully insured. Y'all have heard it before in the past. Now, should the board decide to go that route, it doesn't mean any immediate cost savings. It's going to cost you the same, plus an additional seed contribution of $3 million into the reserves. So I'm going to lay that out there, and then y'all can decide whether at any point between now and October 9th, you want me to present that information during the insurance committee meeting.
All right, anybody have any, are you done? Are you finished, Mr. Perez? I was just going to ask them if they had any questions.
Any questions? Okay.
All right, thank you so much. We will let you know on that.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. No, he's asking for deferment on item 1. Okay. All right, number 2, receive 2026 MAP plan renewal and take appropriate action.
Okay, on this item, you have a little bit more information in front of you. The first item I would like to review with you is the actual renewal determination sheet. It's a simple black and white sheet. And it says St. Mary Parish School Board. The plan, Blue Cross, for some reason, they describe their plans by trees, and our plan is a pecan. I do want to point out that the plan you currently have, the Medicare Advantage plan you have through Blue Cross, is a custom benefit plan that, other than Iberia Parish School System, no other school system in the state has. It is I would say, the most benefit-rich Medicare Advantage plan out there. So on this sheet, it shows the membership since you started with this plan back, well, you actually started in 2019, but for the last 4 years, it shows how membership has varied. It shows, and so currently you have 754 members in that plan, and these are Medicare retirees and their spouses. Premium revenue, this illustrates how the plan is funded. So per member per month currently, it's the premium that you pay in. I don't know why they have $269.19, but it's a premium you pay in, and then it shows the CMS revenue per member per month. That's the amount per member that CMS, which is Medicare, subsidizes your plan to pay claims. So $1,225.59 per month per person is the subsidy from CMS. It shows your current premium as $272. That's a rate, the billed premium per member. And the renewal premium is $316. That's a $44 per member per month increase. Your loss ratio, that's the amount of claims over premiums paid in, so it's 115% loss ratio. So they pay out more in claims than what's collected in premium. And the AWV rate is the annual wellness visit rate, which anything higher than 30% is a high-performing group. Your group does very well. It's the wellness visits that the participants who are eligible for wellness visits, the percentage that get those wellness visits, which is a good thing because it helps identify high-risk conditions. So your group does very well there. The last thing, the savings potential, prior to 2019, Medicare retirees were all covered under the same main commercial plan. There wasn't a commercial plan and a Medicare Advantage plan. There was just one plan. So this illustrates how much you're saving by having this Medicare Advantage plan. So you actually save $576 per member per month by having them on the Medicare Advantage plan as compared to having them all on the main group. And this is hard to believe, but that amounts to $434,000 a month, or $5.2 million a year. Any questions about this page? Now, the next two items, which is the schedule of benefits packet. I'm not going to go over each of those benefit areas and describe it to you. I'm just going to say that your current plan, for members who are enrolled in the current plan, there's no out-of-pocket cost to them for medical services. There's only time they'll incur an out-of-pocket is a $50 copay if they go to the emergency room and are not admitted to the hospital. Other than that, it's, all their medical care is covered 100%. It's pretty good benefits. And the prescription drug plan is a customized plan as well. The other benefit, schedule of benefits you see in there is the alternative plan that Blue Cross proposed, which is I refer to it, instead of the Elm Tree plan, I just refer to it as a reduced benefit plan. So in that plan, at a reduced premium, there would be a deductible of $500, out-of-pocket maximum of $1,500, and then there would be co-pays. If a member is hospitalized, it would be a $50 copay for each day they're in the hospital up to 10 days. And there would be a $10 copay for specialist. Still not a bad plan, provided at a reduced premium, but it would be compared to what the members have now. There would be disruption. The board, you would receive phone calls from your retired members. They would not be happy with it. So in comparison, it's hard to compare to the current plan they have now. Any questions on those benefits?
I have one quick question. Have you heard of maybe the percentage of persons that's under the Medicare Advantage plan that will not be honored at certain doctor's office anymore?
If and when that happens, we get calls. We
So
would
you
get a
haven't
call.
had any calls concerning that?
No, initially, back in 2019, when the school board decided to move to a Medicare Advantage plan, back then it was United Healthcare. So
Right.
2019 through 2021, it was United Healthcare. Initially, our office's phones were ringing off the hooks. And it was because the providers were mistakenly assuming that this Medicare Advantage plan was like the individual Medicare Advantage plans you see advertised on TV. They thought they were the same, it was the same thing. They thought the United Healthcare plan for St. Mary Parish School System was the same United Healthcare plan that people with individual Medicare Advantage plans, and it was absolutely, totally different. This is not an HMO-based plan, it's a PPO-based plan. And so after about 3 months of, doing outreach to the providers and educating them on the plan, that completely resolved. We get 0 calls from that happening. And if it does happen, in almost every case, it's because the doctor's office hired a new person handling the insurance, and they were misinformed. So that is currently not a problem. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions?
Mr. Perez, is this is set, we can vote on this month, this item for the MAP plan?
Well, I mean, what you have, and that takes me to the next page, okay? The next page actually shows you renewal, the renewal plan and the options. I illustrated a few options. So it's the employer group waiver plan. It has a January 1, 2026 renewal, and it shows the current premium, current member enrollment of 754. Your current premium is $272 is the billed premium, which is a total of a little over $205,000 a month. The renewal, it increases from $272 to $316 per member per month. That's an increase of $44 per member per month. So if the board chose not to contribute any additional employer contributions, then the Medicare retirees would see a $44 increase per member. So if $44 if they're on the plan by themselves, if they have a spouse on the plan, it would be $88 increase per month. The monthly premium is going to change from $205,000 to $238,000, or a $33,000 per month increase. If the board chose, and that's option 1, to absorb the entire increase, which amounts to just under $400,000 a year, then of course the members would see a $0 increase to their premiums. If the board chose to cover 75% of the increase, which would represents just under $300,000 cost to the board, that would mean that members would see an $11 increase per member per month. Or if the board decided to split, cover 50% of the increase, that would be just under $200,000 impact, financial impact to the board, and members would see their premiums increase $22 per month. Or option 4 is if you decided to go with the reduced benefit plan, then there would be no increase to the employer, and the employees would actually see a $39 decrease to their premiums per member per month. But this is it. These are the options. We're not waiting on anything else from underwriting. And the response we got when we went to market, both United Healthcare and Humana declined to quote because they could not offer a competitive proposal. And, you know, this can be decided in the October 9th board meeting, if the board chooses, along with the commercial plan.
any questions, comments, motions?
Well, I'd like to make a motion that we accept option number 1, where the board picks up 100% of the increase in premiums.
All right, Ms. Griffin makes that motion, Ms. Brent seconds it. Any questions or discussions? Comments or questions from the audience? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Mr. Perez.
All right, thank you so much.
All right, number 3, approve casualty insurance for year commencing October 1st, 2025. Ms. Cornwell-Brough.
Good afternoon. In front of you, you should have my spreadsheet. It'll look familiar. It's the same format that I use each year. Your liability package is up for renewal on October 1st, and your cyber liability is up for renewal on October 1st. On the spreadsheet, you'll see column 3. This is the renewal being offered by your current agent, Paul's agency. Your current carrier is Lorma. It is a pool that you've been with for quite a few years now, and it's worked out well for you. I'm going to go through each of these real quick. The coverages on your general liability, Section A, will remain the same, no changes. The $2 million limit, $4 million aggregate, $25,000 deductible. Go down the page when you see line 11, the total cost, the renewal this year for the liability, general liability, is going to be $308,177. When you go down the page, Section B, this is your automobile liability and physical damage. You'll see no changes there, the $2 million limit. I do want to point out, though, on the auto physical damage, when you go down and look on line 7, it tells you the amount of coverage. They'll pay maximum $400,000 per loss. I want you to look at line 7C, your total cost new value. Last year, or your expiring policy, is at the value of your bus fleet is a little over $6.3 million. This renewal, it's $8.7 million. So about a $2.3 million increase in values, and that's because of the new buses that you've purchased during the school year, and we've added on to the current policy. Line 8 is the annual premium. The renewal will be $310,736. When you flip the page to Section C, this is your board's errors and omissions liability. Again, column 3, no changes in your coverages, terms, or conditions, a $2 million limit, $2 million aggregate, $25,000 deductible. The premium on line 11 is going to be $38,007. And then Section D is your cyber liability. This is with Coalition Insurance Company. No change there, still $1 million limit, the $50,000 deductible. And the premium on line E, you'll see, is at $35,116. So you're looking at the total overall for this renewal, $692,036. It's about a $96,000 increase over expiring. The bulk of that is because of the increase in the values on the auto and the increase the number of units on the auto. I'm going to recommend that you go ahead and approve this renewal tonight. And also, when you're doing the approval, if you choose, I will need a separate motion for the uninsured motorist rejection form, giving the superintendent the authority to sign the uninsured motorist rejection form.
All right. What are the wishes of the board? All right, Mr. Mancuso makes a motion to approve. Ms. Anselm seconds it. Any questions or discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. All right, so next would be giving the superintendent permission to sign to reject the uninsured motor rejection form. Mr. Parity makes that motion, Ms. Brent seconds. Any questions or discussions? All those in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Ms. Brew.
Thank you.
All right, number 4, approve resolution adopting operating budget of revenues and expenditures for fiscal year ending June 30th, 2026. Ms. Boizan.
The 25-26 consolidated budget books have been provided to all board members. As mentioned in our public hearing held prior to this meeting, we're required to adopt our budgets annually on or before 9/15. Therefore, I'm requesting the board to approve the adoption of the resolution included in your board packets.
Mr. Mancuso makes a motion to approve. Dr. Wilson seconds it. Any discussions or questions? All those in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Ms. Boizan. Number 5, approve proposed employee meal price for school year 2025-2026. Ms. Chasson.
At this time, it is proposed to keep employee meal prices unchanged for the upcoming school year. While the School Food Authority is not required by the state to provide discounted meals to staff, this practice has been consistently extended to employees as a courtesy. So at this time, I ask that you approve proposed employee meal prices for school year 25-26.
All right. Ms. Dennis makes that motion. Ms. Anselm seconds. Any questions or discussion? All those in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Approve proposed increase to visitor and extra meal price for school year 2025-2026.
In order to participate in the school breakfast program and the National School Lunch Program, federal regulations require that visitor meal prices and extra meal prices be set at or above the average cost meals from the prior school year. The prior school year breakfast cost was $3.75, and the average prior year lunch cost was $5.59. Our current prices are below the minimum required, therefore an adjustment is necessary to remain in compliance. So the proposed new visitor meal charge is breakfast at $3.75 and lunch at $5.60. These adjustments will ensure that our district meet the minimum legal requirements. So at this time, I ask you approve the proposed visitor meal prices for school year 2025-2026.
All right. Mr. Guillory makes that motion. Mr. Mancuso seconds it. Any questions or discussion? All those in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Ms. Chasson. Number 7, memorandum of understanding between St. Mary Parish School Board and St. Mary Vermilion CAA Head Start Program with provisions of Public Law 102 to 119, the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, and Public Law 9735, Federal Head Start Act. Good afternoon.
I'm Daphne Jackett. I'm Daphne Jackett, standing in for Ms. Almitra Franklin, our CEO of our Head Start. I'm here to request renewal for the Memorandum of Understanding between St. Mary Parish School Board and St. Mary Vermilion Head Start Program for the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, as well as the Federal Head Start Act.
All right. Dr. Wilson? I need to abstain. Okay, Dr. Wilson's going to abstain. Ms. Brent makes that motion. Ms. Dennis seconds it. Any questions or discussion? All those in favor say aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Abstaining. Dr. Wilson abstains. Thank you so much. Another one. Memorandum of Understanding between St. Mary Vermilion CAA Head Start Program and St. Mary Parish School Board.
Hi again. I'm here for the requesting renewal of our Memorandum of Understanding between St. Mary Vermilion CAA Head Start and Early Head Start as with the St. Mary Parish School Board.
All right. All right, can I get a motion? Ms. Dennis makes that motion. Ms. Brent seconds it. Any questions or discussions? All those in favor say aye. Any opposed? Any Abstaining. Dr. Wilson abstains. Motion carries. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
All right, number 9, update St. Mary Parish School Board on recently held auction and request permission to declare unsold items as surplus to be disposed. Mr. Regard.
Good evening. I'd like to start out just by saying that was a pretty good success we had for the first time having an online auction. It was, even though the sales weren't quite where we wanted them to be, it was a pretty seamless process. And Gov Deals worked a lot with us to get us set up, and it just worked out well. It was pretty easy. With that said, we had a total of 5 lots that were sold for a total of about $110 in revenue. We had people all the way from Mississippi bidding, which was kind of surprising because furniture is not normally a hot object for sale like that, especially the older metal shelving and such. So that's why I feel it was a success. You know, we reached out a little bit further than just our local community, and I think we should continue to use them in future auctions.
All right, number 10, discuss and/or take action regarding we didn't have to do anything on that item,
No,
right?
ma'am, it was
Okay.
just an update.
Discuss and/or take action. Oh, there is an action one. All right, so declare unsold items as
I'm sorry.
surplus to be disposed of. All right, Mr. Parity makes a motion, Mr. Mancuso seconds it. Any questions or discussion? All those in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. All
Thank you.
right. Number 10, discuss and/or take action regarding estimates for canopy at Foster Elementary School. Mr. Regard.
So at the last meeting, we were asked to reach out and get some bids on a canopy for the play area. And we did that. We got 3 quotes. I know y'all requested we start doing that for bids, even though it's less than $150,000. And we're gonna try to honor that as much as we can. We got 3 quotes and they varied quite a bit. If you look under the business section, towards the end, under the yellow tab, you can see the bids that we did receive. They range from $74,350 to almost $100,000 for that canopy. The main cost in this is, it has to be wind load, engineered, so it's not just like a canopy you could put up over at your house. There's a lot that goes into it. NAVCO was the lowest bid that came in. It's $74,350, and I don't see the price of steel going down anytime soon. So that's up to y'all to make the decision if y'all want to accept that bid this evening or roll the dice. Sorry.
Ms. Brent makes that motion and Dr. Wilson seconds it. Any questions or discussions? All those in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carried.
Thank y'all very
Mr.
much. Have a
Regard.
good evening.
Committee reports. Number 1, Policy Committee meeting met on August 7th, 2025 at 4:30 in the Evan Medine Meeting Room to review and make recommendations regarding policies. Mr. Mancuso.
Thank you, President Black. The Policy Review Committee met August 27th to discuss the policies listed as items A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and H, and make appropriate recommendations to the full board this evening. The review of these policies was necessary to address statutory changes from the 2024 and 2025 legislative sessions and to incorporate revisions made to Bessie Bulletin 741. The policy revisions were regarding our active policy manual. Any future transitions to the assembly-style policies will be considered at a later time. All policy revisions were presented by forethought and reviewed by legal counsel prior to discussion, with the exceptions of items G, behavioral health support for students, policy JGCF, and item H, cameras in special education classrooms, policy IDDFC. These 2 policies were requested to be reviewed by administration. However, additional clarification from legal and/or Bessie was determined to be needed. Items A through F were recommended for approval as presented in your packets, and items G and H were recommended to be tabled until Bessie and/or legal clarifications could be presented. I'd like to put those recommendations in the form of a motion at this time.
All right, Mr. Mancuso makes that motion. Ms. Anselm seconds it. Any questions or discussion? So this is approving A through F and tabling G and H.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Any other questions or discussion? All those in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Staff reports. Chief Financial Officer's report. Ms. Voisin.
We're 2 months into the fiscal year, and our fiscal year-to-date sales tax collections from July to August are 6% unfavorable. We collected $1.947 million in August, which is $392,000 under the monthly budget and $303,000 under the budget year-to-date. We will closely monitor collections in the upcoming months, but our local sales tax office are saying that they're still anticipating 25-26's sales tax collections to exceed 24-25's collections. The financial statement actuals for August 2025 are in your board packets. Regarding other significant items, I'd like to remind the board of our upcoming 0.45% sales tax renewal election that's going to be held Saturday, October 11th. Early voting will be Saturday, September 27th through October 4th, excluding Sunday, September 28th. Since the proceeds of this 0.45% sales tax are to be dedicated and used to supplement salaries and benefits for teachers and other personnel, we were able to provide our certified staff $3,000 and our support staff $1,500 of permanent pay raises in 21-22. But these raises were only funded for a 5-year term, with the 0.45% sales tax through June of 2026. And last, but certainly not least, I'd like to inform the board that we're recently been upgraded by Standard & Poor's from an A to an A+ rating on our 5th Ward School District number 1 bonds, which is exceptional. This rating reflects Standard & Poor's view of our consistent, positive budgetary performance and growth in reserves that provides us with the flexibility to adapt to future challenges. And this concludes my reports. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Voisin. Our superintendent's report, Dr. Fagenbush.
Ms. Voisin and I are thinking of the same terms. I'd also like to begin with a reminder that on the October 11th ballot, voters parish-wide will be asked whether to renew the 0.45% sales and use tax that has been dedicated to teacher and staff pay since 2021. In all, an average of 1,200 school board employees are directly impacted by the revenue raised. These funds help the school system maintain competitive compensation and provide stability in classrooms and services. Early voting begins Saturday, September 27th. The St. Mary Parish School System will hold 2 upcoming district parent and family engagement nights on September 29th at Franklin High School and September 30th at Morgan City High School. These events are open for all who are interested in learning about internet safety, how to navigate the district website, community affairs, and academic resources. We look forward to seeing you there and learning together. I want to remind our community that September is Attendance Awareness Month. We are making a strong push to emphasize the importance of being in school every day. The Louisiana motto is the power of presence. When students are present, they gain the knowledge, skills, and relationships they need to succeed, not just in school, but in life. Every absence is a missed opportunity to learn and grow, and together we can ensure our children are prepared for a bright future. Let's work as a community to make attendance a top priority and students in every step of the way that they take. I would also like to thank our schools who have been working very diligently, making sure that our students are in school, especially as we transition from last year to this year. And we also have a district-wide attendance support team that has been also instrumental in supporting our schools as we've begun. So I'd like to thank them very much. Today, we pause as a community and as a nation to honor the memory of those we lost on September 11, 2001. For those of us who witnessed the tragedy unfold before us, the stories and sacrifices remain deeply etched in our hearts. We remember the innocent lives taken, the bravery of first responders, and the resilience of families and communities who face unimaginable loss. We also reflect on the unity that emerged in the days that followed, a reminder of the strength we find when we come together in solidarity. Today, our history and multiple current events remind us that unity requires more than standing side by side in times of crisis. It requires listening, understanding, and a willingness to see through the eyes of others, even when perspectives differ. As we honor the heroes of 9/11 and comfort those still grieving, let us also recommit ourselves to building a world rooted in peace and understanding, one where we strive not only to remember, but also to listen and to grow together. May we always remember. That ends my report.
All right, thank you, Dr. Fagenbush. All right, can we get a motion to adjourn following the resolutions of respect? Dr. Moore makes that motion. Mr. Mancuso seconds it. All those in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
In memoriam of Eleanor Jack, retired language arts teacher, whereas Almighty God, in his infinite wisdom, has taken from our midst, and whereas her untimely death has deprived the St. Mary Parish School System of this beloved colleague. Now therefore be it resolved that the St. Mary Parish School Board and the people attending this board meeting bow our heads in silent prayer out of respect and extend to her bereaved family our sincere condolences and express the high regard in which we held her in life and honor her memory in death. Let us adjourn this meeting out of respect for Eleanor Jack. Amen.